Welcome to this week's Kabbalah Shabbos with Nefesh Shimshon. 2 more questions about the meaning of Shabbos, and then Be'ez Hashem we'll see if you find some answers about the meaning of those mysterious questions about Shabbos. When we have a person that is Mechalel Shabbos, that does something small on Shabbos. For example, what we have in the Torah, he gathers some wood together. What was the punishment for a person that was Mechalel Shabbos? The punishment for a person who was Mechalel Shabbos is Misa. Chayiv Misa most of the times. Chayiv Misa for something so small and insignificant. He can take some bones out of the fish and he's Chayiv Misa. You can pluck a flower from the ground, you might be Chayiv Misa. You just press a button and you turn on electricity. According to at least the Chazon Ish, who was outside this week, you over one of the worst malachas for Shabbos and Chayiv Misa. Why? Why is that? Why is it such a harsh punishment for Shabbos? And some of the Chilonim, for some of the not so from people, what they claim about the Shabbos is a Bet Soar Shel HaDatiyim. It's the prison of the from people. You lock me up. I want to go to the beach. I want to go to the park. I want to go visit my family somewhere in Haifa and go afterwards for dinner in Beersheba. Let me drive around the country on Shabbos. I have this day off. Some of them are calling it the prison of religion. We are very limited in our abilities, what we can do on Shabbos. Why is that? If you want to let me rest, let me enjoy it. Let me enjoy Shabbos. Why is it so harsh and so strict? There's another place where we have a very severe punishment, very severe consequences when we do something wrong, halachically. And this is in the Beis Hamikdash. The average punishment for someone that did even know the most small thing on the Beis Hamikdash wrong was Chayiv Misa, or death sentence. A Kohen that famously had to have those 4 begodim, and a Kohen Gadol had 8 begodim. When a Kohen just came into Beis Hamikdash with 1 extra beged, he was Chayiv Misa. When a person that wasn't a Kohen, he was so excited, he was so close to Hakadosh Baruch Hu, and he wanted to bring a carbon, and he walks into the Beis Hamikdash and took a step too far into the area which Yisrael wasn't a Kohen, wasn't allowed to walk, was Chayiv Misa. When a Kohen was missing one of the begodim, when he had shleikis, imagine as a Kohen, he always wears shleikis, and he needs them, that his pants shouldn't fall off. And he takes them to Beis Hamikdash Chayiv Misa. And as further you go into Kodesh Kodashim, even the Kohen, just in the Kodesh Kodashim on Yom Kippur, when he had a bit of different thoughts, what he was supposed to think, he died on the spot and they had to carry him out from the Kodesh Kodashim. Why is it so harsh? Why is it so strict? Rabbi, is Yiddishkeit so harsh? Why chill? Why can't we be more easy about things? It's a Beis Hamikdash. Should be a place of love. Should be a place of where we get close to Hakadosh Baruch Hu. Why we have to be so fearful, so scary? Whenever we do something wrong, if a Kohen just had a small stain on his shirt, on his blanket, it was a chatzitza, and he was Chayiv Misa. Says Rav Shimshon. Another mashal, another metaphor. If you have a doctor, and the doctor is a surgeon, and a person comes to the surgeon with a knee surgery. He needs to replace something in his knee. For sure, the doctors need to be very careful and need to do everything on the millimeter, on the right move. But even if it's a knee operation, a hand operation, or maybe a dentist that does a small mistake, the person's going to survive, and we might do the reparation again if it was really bad. And maybe even if it's not so bad, sometimes a patient can survive even when a surgeon made a small mistake. There are some surgeries where when the surgeon makes even the smallest minute millimeter mistake, it might cost the life of the patient. A heart surgeon, or brain surgery, when you just make a small mistake, You cut a bit too much, you block it a bit too much, you move your hand on the wrong side, you kill the patient. Why is that? Because the heart and the brain, that's the place where the neshama is hanging onto. And over there, when you make a small mistake, it kills the person and it kills the essence of the human being. Says Rav Shimshon, Beis Hamikdash and Shabbos is the heart and the surgeon of the world. Beis Hamikdash, the place, the source, this is where the whole world was pumping its Kedusha. The Evan Shasir, what we have on the Harabais, this is where the Arna Kodesh was sitting on, was the first stone. That's what said where HaKadosh Baruch Hu started the creation of the world. That's where the whole world nurtures its Kedusha, its life. And that's why we have to be so careful inside the Beis Hamikdash not to move even a millimeter. And the same thing is true with Shabbos. Shabbos is the heart. Shabbos is the Makor Bracha. Shabbos is where everything comes down from the Shemayim throughout the whole week, throughout our whole life. And if we do a small mistake in Shabbos, it's going to cost our own spiritual life. It's going to cost our own ruchnistige life. And that's why we have to be so careful in Shabbos. That's why Shabbos, it's not dangerous. It's not a prison. Would you call a surgeon that he's a prisoner? He's not allowed to do whatever he wants to do. You have freedom of will, you can do whatever you want. But you know you're a surgeon. The life of your patient depends on you. And that's why you have to be careful. And it's your honor to be careful. And we trust you. And this is why Hashem trusts in us. He gives us Shabbos. And He knows that we can do it. We can keep Shabbos properly. And we should enjoy and see the beauty out of it. Have a wonderful Shabbos.